Marshall County Lady Marshals just defeated Pikeville here at the Girls Sweet Mingua Beef Jerky Girls Sweet 16. We're going to be joined by their head coach, Orem, Beth, along with number 11, Cayson Conner, and number 32, Sophie Galloway. If you have any questions for any of those participants, feel free to put them into the chat and we will relay them to the participants. Coach, if you could just give us an opening statement on just how you thought that game went. You were able to get a little bit of a gap early and then Pikeville just wouldn't go away.
Yeah, give them a lot of credit. They fought hard. Their guards are great. Their inside players are physical. We didn't play our best in the second half, but we played well enough to get the job done and to move on. That's what I just told my team. It doesn't matter at this point how you advance. It's just play well, move on, advance, get ready to play the next day. So I'm awfully proud of our team. We honestly haven't had that many games that were down to the wire where we had to do things like that. We got beat a couple of games and they were pretty much over with at the end. The games we won were pretty much over with at the end. So for us to step up in this situation and go ahead and finish the game out, I couldn't be more proud of our girls.
Larry Vaught had a question for Coach. It was a tough day shooting from the field. So how big was it for Conner to do what she did at the foul line?
Yeah, making our free throws. I know we were 8 for 9 at halftime and did a great job there. I don't know what we ended up, but I know we made enough to score more points than they did. And that's what my 11-year-old said last week at my radio show. They asked him what the key to the game was the night before the regional championship. He said, we just need to score more points than they do. So that's kind of the simple philosophy that we've been going with. Play great defense. Don't give up too many points and make your shots when you're open. They're not all going to go in, but we put ourselves in a situation to win the basketball game.
For Sophie, can you talk about just how physical this game was? Was that something you were prepared for?
I think we were. I mean, it was a lot different when you watching film. It looks a lot different, but when you get in the game and then you have adrenaline and you fight against people like that, it's a lot different. But I think that we were ready for the game, and that's what kind of pushed us through it.
And for you, Cayson, did it take a few minutes, you feel like, for your team to get comfortable on the floor to start the game?
Yeah, definitely. You walk out and the lights are bright and it seems really big, but I thought we settled in well after the first couple of minutes and we had some rough spots, but overall I thought we did well.
For Coach, it's definitely, this is Chad Hensley, definitely a long trip from Benton to Lexington, but it seemed to be a lot of Lady Marshals fans in the arena. Talk about the support the girls have had.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have a great crowd support with it being spring break and a lot of people being out of town. We still had that kind of crowd. I can't, express my appreciation for that enough. We've had that for a long time. Back in the 80s when my dad was coaching and it was in Richmond, it'd be all orange. A sea of orange, I think is what they called it. With COVID, obviously there's restrictions and issues, but we have a huge crowd that follows us wherever we go, and couldn't be more excited that they got to see this team play, because early in the year it was just parents, and as the years progressed we have had more fans in the games. The regional tournament we had some more, but a super crowd today and very appreciative that they made the trip up here.
Now you can actually start looking ahead to Bethlehem and Bullitt East. When you think about that game, just what goes through your mind with either of those opponents?
It's going to be tough, and it doesn't matter which one. From here on out, you're down to the Elite Eight quarterfinals. We have a little bit of experience with Bethlehem. We played them the first game of the season. Got beat 67-60. So, we know a little bit about them. I haven't seen Bullitt East play yet. I'll be honest. I've been superstitious and wouldn't look ahead at film. So this afternoon we've got film ready to go on either one of them. So we'll have a scouting report ready. We've got the rest of the day today and most of the day tomorrow. I believe we don't play till 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. So our girls do a great job of listening and preparing and understanding what we need to do to win basketball games. So we'll find their strengths and try to take those away, and we'll try to look at what they do defensively and try to find some ways to score the basketball.
Sophie, after a physical game, what's the team going to do to get ready for tomorrow, since it's a quick turnaround? What goes into your preparations?
Just get some rest, wake up tomorrow, eat a good breakfast, hang out with the team, and we'll just prepare for tomorrow. I mean, that game's over. Yes, it was physical, but we're just going to look forward to the next one and hopefully just play our best.
Larry Vaught had a follow-up question for you. For Sophie, how much did you enjoy getting to play in the state tournament today?
I can't express how much I love it. Going from track state to basketball state, this is more of a team sport, and I can't be more happy to be with the team that I am or have the coaches that I do, because this is it's a different atmosphere. You walk in, the gym's crowded, and it's wonderful.
Coach, Jada Driver hit a pair of threes in the first half and then a huge one to extend the lead in the fourth. How big were those buckets?
Huge. That's what we'd have had another person, we'd have made her come talk too, but none of them wanted to. Sophie volunteered and I made Cayson come out here. So you know how that goes. It's the set that we haven't run all year. We've saved it, but it was a set play for Sophie, I believe, set the flare off the inbounds play, and Jada knocked down that 3, and it was huge. I think it put us from up 4 to up 7 and kind of gave us the momentum back where it needed it. She's a pure shooter. She's going to work on her strength, her defense, but she's played so well all year, hit big threes when we need them. And yeah, all of them are huge, but I think that one in the fourth quarter from the set inbounds play was maybe one of the biggest baskets of the game.
All right. Well, thank you all very much, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Following that one, we'll be waiting on 15th region champion Pikeville Panthers, who lost to Marshall County in today's opening first round game of the second day of the Mingua Beef Jerky Girls Sweet 16. Their head coach, Kristy Orem, will be coming out, and she's expected to bring number 11, Trinity Rowe, and number 15, Mackenzie Maynard. All right, expected to be joined by Coach Orem and her two student athletes, Trinity Rowe and Mackenzie Maynard, any second. If you have any questions you'd like to get to them, please put them into the chat feature of the Zoom meeting, and we will give them to them as they make their way to the podium right now. All right, Coach Orem is another classic in this Girls Sweet 16, a lot of good games in it, and we'll just add this to the list. Just talk about what you saw out there and give your overall impressions.
I don't think I can say what I saw out there. But what I'm proud of is how my girls competed and how they left it out there on that floor, and they played their tails off. They followed our game plan. They did exactly what we said we were going to do coming into this game. And was even with the adversity that we had to face, we were able to be right there at the end of the game.
You're hanging tight early, then they got a little bit of a gap, and then it was a kind of a fight all the way back from there. And you mentioned your girls never quit, and that was very obvious. What went into if you had a timeout or something, what did you say as far as what they need to do to get to have a chance to win?
I said it's very obvious nobody's going to give us anything, and we're going to have to go out and play our tails off, and we've got to be tough, and we've got to be the people that we know we are, and we've got to play our butts off.
Okay, Chad Hensley with a question for Coach. You only lose one player in Maynard who was.
I lose two. I have two seniors.
Okay, you lose two seniors, and you have a lot of young talent, including Trinity Rowe. Talk about how bright the future is for Lady Panther basketball.
it's bright because of kids like Trinity and Kenzie that come in here and buy in and do everything that we ask them to do and work. I mean, we're going to work next week probably because that's who these kids are. And we want to come here every year. And we know that it's not something that you just show up on October the 15th and do. And we know that it's something that's a year-long process and that we got to work all the time.
Mackenzie, it was a physical game out there. Just talk about going through that and how much of a toll all that takes and your ability to fight through it and give this team a chance.
We knew when we came down here that they weren't used to physicality and that we were going to come out here and hit them with that and bring the 15th region defense down here. And obviously there's people who didn't like that. But I'm proud of my girls that we came out and executed and did our game plan and came out here and hit them and was able to take it all. I'm proud of them.
Coach, this from Larry Vaught. Could you talk about the overall play of Trinity today?
She's Trinity. She does what she does. And she's special because of her work ethic. It never stops. Her knowledge of the game. She's not just a kid that just shows up and works out and plays basketball. She watches basketball and she understands the game. And I trust her. She's one of the first kids that while she's on the floor, I ask her what she wants to do because I trust her. She's out on the floor. I know she can handle things out there. And, she's been our general this year and I just let her be Tran because she's special.
Willie Hope, he says he heard when you break the huddle saying Carla before the game. Is that something you've done all year? Talk about the motivation.
That's these two.
Yeah, we lost our bus driver this year, so we've been really dedicating the season to her. So ever since the beginning, we've been breaking down with that after we come out after they call our name. So I feel like that's really special because we played the season for her.
And
And
like Trinity said, she was more than just a bus driver. I didn't transfer to Pikeville until my junior year, so I've only been here for 2 seasons. But she made me feel so special about myself and every single girl that got on that bus. She was at every game and loved with her whole heart.
Definitely seen you played inspired Trinity and you gave it your all out there. Just talk about what went into the ability to fight back, even though you're playing a lot of minutes, but you still had it. You had some left in the tank there at the end.
Yeah, I know. My teammates always, they fuel me. So if I see them hitting shots, it energizes me, and our defense is what re-energizes me. I know that I'm always usually guarding the best players, so that fuels me to play better offense and stuff. And I really just play hard for my teammates and coach and me, I guess. But I'm not really selfish, so I don't really like to talk about me a lot.
All right. Well, congratulations on a great season. Thank you all.
Thank you.